Why you dey buy fake product? Make you dey careful.
We have power to prosecute, to go to court. We have power to convict people. Those people who are doing bad, if you let us know, we'll take care of them.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
We will continue to boost our infrastructure, especially our equipment, to ascertain the standard of goods in Nigeria. Director of Laboratory Services of the Standards Organization of Nigeria gave this assurance as the agency urges consumers to patronize sellers of quality products as part of a conscious effort to check the distribution of fake and substandard products. A warm welcome to your evening tonic, Standard and You, your guide to product quality and safety. It's Nigeria's flagship public enlightenment program on television, showing on Africa's largest television network, the NTA. Join us at 6:30 p.m. on Mondays for a fresh edition of the program, brought to you by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, the SON. Ifeyiwa Okonkwo is my name. I'll be back shortly.
I want a situation where in the future, when you see a son person, either in your market or in your shop or on the street, you bring him close to you and say, welcome, come, beer, let's talk. Because it's your brother, it's your friend. But I cannot be your brother if you don't know I'm interested in protecting you. Like they say, Onyewete son, Weterando.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard and You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
If you must buy a product from the market, please always ensure that you purchase goods of acceptable standard and help the Standards Organization of Nigeria chase importers and producers of substandard products out of their selfish and illegal business. This has become necessary in view of the disturbing impact of these bad products on Nigerians and the economy. This was the thrust of an interview with the Director, Laboratory Services of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Please take a listen.
Are substandard products seized and destroyed by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. These bad products were imported into Nigeria and have been tested. Obviously failed all the parameter tests conducted by the SON, hence they've been destroyed. As the SON impounds these goods, those who import these substandard products are never relenting in their determination to flood our markets with fake and substandard products. The good news is that the SON is always ahead of these illegal businessmen to track these goods at their hidden warehouses, often situated on the outskirts of major cities across the country, as explained by the agency's boss, Malam Farouk Salim.
This is dangerous because only God knows how many of these warehouses are hidden somewhere in the bushes and in different towns around the country. Don't forget, this country is wide, so I will not be surprised if there are not other stores even in the north like this. So it's a very dangerous trend, and this is why we're still emphasizing that the best way to enforce is to be at the port of entry. These containers, you're looking at probably about 100 containers somehow slipped through and came to this warehouse. And the warehouse is big. The capacity of the warehouse is close to about 300 or more containers. And only God knows how many they have already taken after they got the wind of our impending raid here.
Apart from developing a strong team of officers saddled with the responsibility of monitoring the influx of these bad products into the country, The agency has continued to invest in modern equipment for product analysis that determines the quality of goods manufactured locally and imported into the country.
Laboratories are being built all parts of the country now. Kano, Port Harcourt, Enugu, Bauchi, a number of places. As I'm talking to you, most of those labs are already been equipped. So maybe perhaps before the end of the year, all the laboratories would have been commissioned, and then the question of maybe people not having or have to come all the way to Lagos or whatever will be addressed. So it's an issue that is being addressed, and then I believe that laboratory services will be close enough to people to patronize very soon. Based on the recent equipment that have been supplied, and then looking at the parameters in terms of what we can test, which was not like that. There is, the high level of improvement in terms of what we can do. Like it came now about concrete products. We can do more tests than before, meaning that results that come from the Laboratory of Standards Organization of Nigeria is acceptable anywhere in the world.
This machine, with capacity to test for concrete products such as electric poles and blocks, is the latest effort by the SON in that regard.
We had to take advantage of the knowledge of this technology and seeing what is available. It was not as if the lab was empty. Okay. There were some equipment quite all right. And we had to take a look and see what can we do. We are all scientists, and we should be able to look at the application of this equipment and see areas that we need to, what we are supposed to do to get them functional. So that was exactly what we did. We had to be innovative, taking advantage again of the product compatibility, interchangeability, and like I said, interoperability. Ability of systems to work, with themselves. We were able to do that with my team at the Civil Engineering Laboratory there. In fact, it was not a one-day issue. We continued to test, we continued to send samples somewhere to benchmark, to see what we are getting from here, to comparing with the other values from elsewhere. Okay. And we are using test methods that are actually approved. So in fact, my announcement came at a time whereby we were certain that whatever results we are getting from here competes favorably with anywhere. Yes, from the equipment that's available. And as I'm talking to you, we welcome samples from anywhere. And we know that we have bought new equipment or whatever, although there is still room for more equipment, but presently what we have on ground is enough to carry out such tests that we're talking about.
What it means, therefore, is that consumers can now take advantage of the SON's compressive strength testing machine to determine the ultimate load that a concrete product such as block can carry.
What the machine does is to actually load a product sample up to the point of failure. Because practically, you have to simulate the point at which a particular building product will fail so that you can know the ultimate load or the maximum load that civil engineering product can carry or support. Like in the case of sandcrete blocks, we have two different types of sandcrete blocks. We have the load-bearing sandcrete blocks and the non-load-bearing sandcrete blocks. The load-bearing sandcrete blocks are blocks that are made in such a way that when you use it to construct your structures, it will be able to withstand the weight of the whole structure on its own without any form of collapse. Now, when you are using a non-load-bearing block, you have to use other structural members. You have to have your columns well designed, you have your beams well designed, you have your slabs well designed. But when you are using a load-bearing blocks, with those blocks, you can actually build, you can cast your slabs without even fear of anything. Now, basically, the major problem I see as a civil engineer in the country is that you go to some industries that you want to buy sandcrete blocks, they will tell you that our 9 inches, they are load-bearing blocks. Now, unknowingly, you use those blocks to build, and you not actually put enough columns, you not put enough beams, you not put your slab, you don't do your slabs well. At the end of the day, the building will end up collapsing. And a case in point is when you go around at times, you see bungalows, you see some side of the bungalows cracking, you see differential settlement. I know all professionals knows that when there is differential settlement, before you know, within a short period of time, there will be ultimate collapse of the structure. Now, what Sun is trying to say and do is this. Let's test Sankry blocks properly. Let's be sure as a structural member, let's be sure that, oh, the quality is okay. And from there, we can reduce any form of failures that is associated with Sankry blocks to the BRS minimum.
To ascertain the quality of blocks used for construction and electric poles, officials of the SON say is very important and save lives.
Standards Organization of Nigeria believes that concrete poles are also life-enduring products, just like Sankry blocks. So we expect that manufacturers of reinforced concrete poles cast concrete cubes from their concrete mix. When they cast the cubes, they will bring it to Standards Organization of Nigeria. We subject the cubes to test by this machine, and at the end of the day, we'll be able to know the strength of the resultant product that they are going to churn out into the Nigerian market.
Taking this responsibility for granted, they argue, is dangerous, as doing so will expose innocent Nigerians to greater risk of building collapse that may lead to loss of lives.
To test these blocks now, we can load this machine with the Sankry blocks. Then while we are using this is to distribute the load uniformly on the blocks. Because when the load are not uniformly distributed, we may not get a very good value for our compressive strength. So I think we can start loading it now. Now the purpose of this test is for us to know the maximum load that this single unit of block can actually support. So the load is coming down. The compressive strength of this block is 1.966 megapascal. Now, the minimum requirement for this block in the Nigeria Industrial Standard, NIS 978-2017, for non-load bearing blocks is 1.5 Newton per millimeter squared, or 1.5 megapascal. They are still the same thing for blocks, generally. Now, these particular Sankry blocks have actually met the requirement stipulated in the Nigeria Industrial Standard. You load a material to the point where it will fail, so that when you are designing the structure, you'll be able to know the load that it can support, so that when people are there, you'll be assured of their safety. So in civil engineering, we load to failure. We want to know the maximum capacity a particular civil engineering product can bear for it to fail.
Dr. Bath Ugu told Standard & You that the benefit of the compressive strength machine to the economy is enormous.
Don't just use quacks. Those who are qualified, who are professionals, use engineers. They know how to get the right standard. We have standard. We have codes of practices for even building. We have standards for Sankry blocks, even rods. All the components of building have standards. It's not a question of somebody saying that, okay, I have to do this in my own way. No, the building is built or is used in accordance with the requirements of the standard. That product, of course, will stand the test of time.
Efforts are on to develop more technologies to protect Nigerians and avoid untimely death.
Muna fata shekaru na da za su zo, mutanenmu za su yi la'akari da aikin da muke yi, kuma za su lura cewa ya fi cancanta ka sai abu na kwarai da ka sai abu na araha.
Ka yi mezie n'obodo anyị a, ka yi mee ka ihe a na-eme n'obodo anyị a, ma ihe a na-ebubata n'obodo anyị a ọ dị mma. Anyị na-ayọ biko ka anyị jikọọ aka, na asị na ofu aka adịghị ekechi ngwugwu. Ka anyị jikọọ aka ka Nigeria wee wọrọ anyị obodo.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká lajú wálẹ̀, gbogbo tá a bá máa fún wàrà, ká lè pé o tó pé ojú òṣùwọ̀n. Èyí tí ò bá yé wa, àgbẹ̀ tó bá mọ̀ ń pa ẹ̀ ló tó wà sọ́nà. Èyí tá a bá dẹ̀ rà tí ò bá pójú òṣùwọ̀n, ẹ lọ sí Standard Organization of Nigeria. Iṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tó bá súnmọ́ yín jù, ẹ lọ ṣàlàyé fún wọn bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n á ràn yín lọ́wọ́.
Welcome to the world of standard and quality, where we offer you information on product safety and quality. The program is Standard & You.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Welcome back. You're still watching Standard & You, your guide to product quality and safety. Onwuka Chiamaka of the University of Nigeria has emerged winner of the 2021 edition of National African Organization for Standardization Annual Essay Competition. A statement from the Office of Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria disclosed that she scored 78.08%, the highest to emerge winner of the competition. According to the statement, Odu Sunday Bacha of the University of Abuja came second with 77.94%, while Chijioke Kennedy with 77.68% of the University of Nigeria ranked third. The SON boss congratulated the winner and urged other young Nigerians to participate in the competition to expand their knowledge on the imperatives of standard. The theme of this year's competition is the role of standardization in promoting arts, culture and heritage, the creative economy in Africa. As part of measures to ensure that consumers get value for their money, the SON has helped a consumer from Liberty Chambers in Bayelsa State secure refund for a bad inverter battery. The consumer had purchased 8 inverter batteries and found that only 4 were working. The matter was brought to the SON's Rivers Bayelsa office, where the state coordinator, Engineer Samuel Ayuba, did justice to the complaints. The matter was resolved and the seller was asked to refund the cost of the bad 4 batteries to the consumer.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigeria SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards to improve made in Nigeria products for export. We have developed more standards for products like sesame, cocoa, gari, and more, courtesy of our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turned around time for SUNCAP, MANCAP, and other certification processes. SON has intensified market surveillance, raids, and seizures to reduce substandard products in circulation, and offenders shall be prosecuted. Join SON in ridding our nation of substandard products. If you see something, say something. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
In case you've just joined us, the program is Standard and Due, your guide to product quality and safety. We have come to that time when we treat your messages, and Alimot Osifo is your guide. Hello Alimot, good to see you.
Thank you, Ifoma. Nice to see you. Call it a safety equipment between your household electrical appliances and power supply. It protects your television, refrigerator, air conditioner, and other expensive appliances in your home from harmful, low and high voltage fluctuations. Stabilizer, also known as voltage regulator, controls the voltage fluctuations entering your appliances and saves them from severe damage. I'm glad to tell you I'll be sharing 5 standard tips on the stabilizer right after responding to your feedback. My name is Halimot Osifo. Welcome. Olabisi from Ajambadi says, if there is no SON mark on a product, does it mean it is fake? You are advised to buy products that carry SON certification mark because it simply means that the products have been tested and approved by the Standards Organization of Nigeria to be of good quality. Sunday Richard says, you guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good job. God bless you. Thank you, Sunday. God bless you too. Ojomo Anthony from Mina says, I appreciate your efforts as cleaning Nigerian markets of all terrible substandard products. Nowadays, traders sell products to consumers without accompanying catalog to guide consumer in operating the products, especially electronics. Thank you. The instruction manual is the right of the consumer to information. It's a mandatory requirement of the standard, and if the instruction manual is absent from the package, it is not fulfilling the packaging and labeling requirements of the standard, and consumers have the right to complain or seek redress. Dan from Benue says, why do we allow consumers to be cheated? You should block substandard products from coming into the country. Well, it might interest you to know that the Standards Organization of Nigeria is not fully stationed at the ports. That's a challenge. Maria Omotosho from Delta State says, I like your program Standard and you. Thank you so much and keep watching. Now to 5 standard tips on stabilizer. Buy SON certified stabilizer from a reputable company while considering nature, power consumption range of your appliance, and the level of voltage fluctuations experienced in selecting a stabilizer. Avoid overloading the stabilizer. Ensure total power of appliance connected to it is within operating power range, that is, lesser than the rated wattage of the stabilizer. Keep your stabilizer away from water to prevent electric shock. Check for loose connection regularly and handle with care to avoid severe vibration during work. Don't ever disassemble a working stabilizer. Repair jobs should be done by only professionals. There you have it, 5 standard tips on stabilizer. And that's a wrap on this week's episode of your favorite public sensitization program, Standard and You. Keep your messages coming in with your full name and location to the number 0705-972-4455. Follow us on any of our social media platforms, and remember, we have a vibrant YouTube channel where you can watch previous episodes online at youtube.com/Standard and You. Don't just view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Why you dey buy fake product, Make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.